We look at his success, thinking of our own want of victories, shut our eyes to his failures, and envy his good fortune instead of emulating his industry. For my part, I believe that no position or success comes without that personal hard work, which is the medium of genius. I never will believe in luck. When this habit of looking at success and shutting our eyes to failure is exercised in reference not to a single individual but to a body, the danger of coming to a wrong conclusion is very much increased. This argument is very potent in its application to the work of the detective, because there are many capital cases on record in which the detective has been the mainspring. People generally come to the conclusion that the detective force is made up of individuals of more than average power of intellect and sagacity. Just as the successful man in any profession says nothing about his failures and allows his successes to speak for themselves, so the detective force experiences no desire to publish its failures, while in reference to successes, detectives are always ready to supply the reporter with the very latest particulars. In fact, the public see the right side only of the police embroidery and have no idea what a complication of mistakes and broken threads there are on the wrong. Nay, indeed, the public, in their admiration of the public successes of the detective force, very generously forget their public failures, which in many instances are atrocious. To what cause this amiability can be attributed, it is perhaps impossible to say, but there is a great probability that it arises from the fact that the public have generally looked upon the body as a great public safeguard, an association great at preventing crime. Be this as it may, it is certain that the detective force is certainly as far from perfect as any ordinary legal organisation in England. But the reader may ask why I commit myself to this statement, damaging as it is to my profession. My answer is this: that in my recent days such a parliamentary inquiry, of a very brief nature it must be conceded, has been made into the uses and customs of the detective force, as must have led the public to believe that this power is really a formidable one, as it affects not only the criminal world, but society in general. It had appeared as though the English detectives were in the habit of prying into private life, and as though no citizen were free from a system of spydom, which, if it existed, would be intolerable, but which has an existence only in imagination. It is a great pity that the minister who replied to the inquiry should have so faintly shown that the complaint was faint, if not altogether groundless. I do not suppose the public will believe me with any great amount of faith, and simply because I am an interested party. Yet I venture to assert that the detective forces, as a body, are weak, that they fail in the majority of the cases brought under their supervision, and finally, that frequently their most successful cases have been brought to perfection not by their own unaided endeavours, so much as by the use of facts, frequently stated anonymously, and to which they make no reference in finally giving their evidence. This evidence starts from the statement, "From information I received." Those few words frequently enclose the secret which led to all the after operations which the detective deploys in description, and without which secret his evidence would never have been given at all. The public, especially that public who have experienced any pressure of the continental system of police, and who shudder at the remembrance of the institution, need have no fear that such a state of things municipal can ever exist in England. It could not be attempted, as the force is organised, and it could not meet with success, were the constitution of the detective system invigorated, and in its reformed character pressed upon English society, for it would be detected at once as unconstitutional, and resented accordingly. With these remarks I will to the statement I have to make concerning my part, that of a female detective, in the attempt to elucidate a criminal mystery which has never been cleared up, which, from the mode in which it was dealt with, ran little chance of being discovered, and which will now never be explained.